Hello, all. I am Tejeshwar. I am doing an intern as a data analyst trainee in data, and this is my first video which I am going to explain the basics of Python. In this, the first thing is to print the values or print the strings. And to print anything in the output panel, just you want to put a print function, which is known as print. And if there is an open and close bracket. Inside the open and close bracket, you want to put the apostrophe. Like these two quotes, and you can use the single quote or double quotes. It's upon to you. And inside this quotes, you want to use any you want to put your values to be printed. Here I'm going to print the hello Python, so I just typed as a hello Python in the print inside this print function, and I'm just running, and the output is coming as hello Python. If you want to do anything inside the research, if you want to print anything in the output panel, you just want to enter into that. If you want to print anything in the output panel, you just want to enter into the print function inside the single quotes or double quotes or inside the any bracket. That's it. Next, the arithmetic operator. The arithmetic operator, there are basic four arithmetic operators, which are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Here I did two arithmetic operators, which is addition and division. Yeah, there are two arithmetic operators I have there. So you can try both other than this two, like subtraction and multiplication. The first arithmetic operator is addition. To add two numbers, I'm going to just get the numbers from the user. Like to get the numbers, we want to get the input function, so I will just use the input function here. And this input refers to get the input from the user, and which want to be in the data type of float. The user can enter float types like 1.5, 1.7, 1.8, which can be anything. If I use the integer type, there are some data types which is known as int, float, string, character. There are a lot. So here float. The float is to use like decimal points. If integer I have used, the integer type will get only the non-decimal points like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if I use the float, it will be from 1.1 to 1.9, any number of things. So I just use the float here. The number 1 represents the first number, the number 2 represents the second number. These number 1 and number 2 are known as variables, where I am going to store these values. The first number will be stored as num1, the second number will be stored in the variable num2. And now I am going to add. This plus is the arithmetic operator, that is for addition. To add these numbers, I am just going to use num1 and num2, and I am going to save this result in the sum result, that is sum underscore result. This is also a variable to store the values. And next I am going to print. As we see the above in the print function, same as we are going to print here. This f represent if your print value, that is the sentence you are going to print, which is combination of your output panel and the calculated panel, which is this sum is your type. You type as a sum, so it is your output, and this num1, num2 are calculator. So you want to get this value from the program, so you are just using this f. Instead of f, you can directly put as open quotes, that open quotes, and you can use sum and num1 plus num2, and you want to put the comma, and it's a quite big process, and we can see in further process. And this num1 and num2 and the sum result, in that sum will be printed, and num1, what will the user will be printed? The 15. So this 15 will appear here. Here the 15 is in integer type. It's like user doesn't enter the float type. He just used 15, which is an integer type. If user want to print like, just again, yeah, if I'm going to put the number as a float type, 15.4 and 27.9, now it will be printed as a float type, like 15.4 plus 27.9, which is equal to 43.3. This float will accept both integer and float type. And also for division, the division is also the same process. The number 3 stores the dividend value, and number 4 stores the divisor value. Dividend is the above value and divisor is the below value. That is, dividend is numerator and divisor is denominator. If num4 equal to 0, if your denominator is equal to 0, there will be no calculation, right? If the if nominator, if the numerator is in 0, if the numerator is 0, you can print as a 1 or in value something, right? If the denominator is 0, you can't able to divide it, so just print this error. This is called conditional statement. Here this if else is known as conditional statement. If num4 equal to 0, I am just providing a condition to the code. If num4 equal to 0, in Python you want to say 2 equal, that is this two values equals, which check num4 is 0. If num4 is 0, it will print directly this line. Error, division by 0 is not allowed. If num4 is not equal to 0, then it come to this part and do result equal to num3 divided by num4, and it will be printed out. If we can check also, just printing 45 divided by 0, it will be print as error, division by 0 is not allowed, because it doesn't go for this part and it will just print this part only. After this it will be break. That's it. Error, division by 0 is not allowed, because you can't able to do anything in this, right? Next, just to find area of triangle. To find area of triangle, first we need to know the formula of area of triangle. What is the formula of area of triangle? Like area of triangle equal to half into b into h, which is half into base into height. So I want just two inputs, base and height. So I am just going to get the base and height from the user, which will be an input I am going to get from the user, and which will be in the data type, float data type. Because some of the triangle will, not every triangle will be in a integer height or integer base. So we are going to get the float type, and in this, I am going to get this base height, and I am just going to calculate area equal to 0.5 into base into height. This 1 by 2 I am just printing it as a 0.5. Else you want to do into 1 by 2, you can use like this 1 by 2 into base into height. Each provides the same result. Like I am going to print the base, I am going to give the base as a 12, and I am going to give the height as a 18, and it will be 108. Let's also check for this 1 by 2. 12 and 18. Same 108. Because 1 by 2 is also equal to 0.5. Okay. Need to calculate this. So yeah. Next, swapping two values with the temporary variable. The swapping two values is like, if a equal to, let's assume first, let's create the command. Let's say a equal to 5 and b equal to 9. Now after this result, I want to get a equal to 9 and b equal to 5. This wants to employ. This will be I'm going to do. So what want to do for this? That's the one thing. Okay, I'm going to get these values. Input, it doesn't mention any data type, so I'm just getting the variable. First variable as a and second variable as a b. Now I'm just going to print the original values, which is a and b. I'm going to get 5 and 9, and I'm just printing the original values. Now I'm going to use a temporary variable. I'm just using this. Okay, temp. Now temp equal to a. What's the value of a? Now this is the original value. Just see this, and temp equal to a. Now temp equal to a means temp equal to 5, right? Because the value of a will be assigned to temp. And now what will be the value of a? A equal to b. What's the value of b? B equal to 9. So I'm just going to here 9. And next, b equal to temp. What is the value of temp? Here no value of temp. So I'm just going to see in this code the temp value is 5. So I'm just using 5. Now just print the swapped values, with that is a and This is the value of A and B. Now A becomes 9 and B becomes 5. That is this. Okay. Instructing you that. Oh. Okay. Next, random number. This is like generating a random number. This is not by manual. This is by automatic. It generate any type of. This will generate any number. First, import the random function. This random function is help to provide the random values. So I'm just using this print function to print the random number. Random.randint. Randint is used to print the values in the integer format. I'm going to give the starting and ending point, which is starting point is 1 and ending point is 100. This random number generate will be between this 1 and 100. It don't exceeds this 100 or it don't decreases below 1. Like it don't be in negative numbers. If you want in negative numbers, you can provide any minus number also. But I have used this plus, that is 1 to 100. The random number will be 1 to 100 at any cost. Next, the kilometer to mile conversion. So here we want to know the 1 kilometer equal to how many miles. First I'm going to get the kilometer from the user. To get the kilometer from the user, I'm going to get the input function to get the values and float data type. In the float data type, I'm going to give and user enter the distance as 15 kilometers. Now I know the value of 1 kilometer equal to 0.621371 miles, which is around 0.6 miles. Okay, 1 kilometer equal to 0.6 miles. So I am just going to multiply my kilometer into miles, which will be directly we can get some mile. Like I am just store the 0.621371 that number in a variable called conversion factor, which will be in the float data type. You can see here itself, it's a float data type. Because why? 0.62. If decimal number appears, it will be in the float type. We don't want to assign it as a float like in C function. The Python has a inbuilt function which will found this as a float. Okay. Now to convert these miles into kilometers. So first you want to get the kilometer as input. Yeah, I got it, which is 15, and I'm going to multiply this 15 into 0.62137. If I just multiply, I get the values in miles, which is around 9.32056. So 15 kilometers equal to 9.3 miles. That's it. Okay, next Celsius to Fahrenheit conversion. Here I am just going to get the input from input Celsius only, like it is in the float format, and I am just going to get the input the Fahrenheit. The formula for Fahrenheit is this. To convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, this is the formula, and to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius, it will be another formula like -32 something. If we can calculate here itself for our reference. I am just going to convert this 37 degrees Celsius into Fahrenheit. So in applying this formula, the Celsius is now 37. So 37 into 9 by 5. 9 by 5, and this value will be added to 32. That's it. So you just multiply this first and there's this bracket, so it will be easy for the calculations. So just divide this and multiply with this, and you can add with the 32, so you can get around 98.6 Fahrenheit. Okay. Next, to print calendar. To print calendar, just you want to print import the calendar function. It is inbuilt packages. You can import, and if you use the Colab, you don't want to install any packages. If you are using Jupyter function, Jupyter Notebook or Anaconda, you want to install everything using the function. Here I am using Colab, so I don't want to install anything. Just I am going to import calendar. The year I am going to get from the user, the month I am going to get from the user, and I just use this package calendar.month, and I am going to give this two variables as an input, and I'm just going to bring the value. And the year is 2024 and the month is 7, that is July. So I'm going to print this July 2024. Then this is the month calendar. Okay. Next, complex number, real and imaginary parts. In this, we want to calculate the real and imaginary part through these things. Okay. First, input the math function for square root. To take the square root, you can use the math function, or if you don't want this math function, that's it, you can use anything in the power of 1 by 2, like the power of power in 1 by 2 is is you can use anything power 1 by 2 is also a square root. Okay, let's see afterwards. This is, I am going to get 3 values, which is the coefficient A, B, C, and it will be in the float type. You can use any type, and I'm using the float type. So first I'm going to calculate the discriminant. Let's see what I have used, 148. Where A equal to 1 and B equal to 4 and C equal to 8. Okay, now I'm just going to calculate this discriminator. So here, B square, here this 2 stars is represent as power. So B square means the value of B is 4. So 4 square, okay, minus, and just bracket 4 into A value. What is the value of A? 1, and the value of C is 8. So just calculate this. 4 square 16 minus 4 ones are 4, 4 8s are 32. So 16 minus 32 will be minus 16. Okay, so this value is in negative. So now we go into the conditional statement, like if discriminant greater than 0. For our case, the discriminant is minus 16. It is not greater than 0. So just leave this and come to this. So this total statement will be removed from this code. So next, if discriminant equal to 0. If there are 2 cases, you can just use if and else. If there are more than 2 cases, you can use n number of if cases. Okay. Next, if discriminant equal to 0. No, we doesn't have discriminant equal to 0. So our last option is else. It won't consider any condition. If this both are false, it will be directly pushed into this part. Okay. Yeah. Now you want to calculate the real part. Yeah. So now we can calculate the real part. Minus B. Our B value is 4. So let's take minus 4 divided by 2A. 2 into what is the value of A? 1. So our value will be minus 4 divided by 2, which will be minus. So our real part will be minus 2. And come for the imaginary part. For imaginary part, they are taking a like value. Math dot square root of apps of discriminant. This ABS represents the absolute value of discriminant, where absolute value of discriminant is, what is our value of discriminant? Minus 16. So this minus 16 is in any case the negative value will be turned into positive value. That is used for apps. So in our case, minus 16 will be in the 16. Like plus 16. It won't be minus, it won't be appear in the front. Okay. So square root. Let's type square root it. Okay. The square root of 16. Square root of 16 is 4. Okay, and we can use divide by 2 into A. 2 into A is okay. So what will be our value? Square root of 16 will be 4. That's quite good. 4 divided by 2 into 1, 2. So the value will be 2. The real part will be minus 2. The imaginary part will be plus 2. So in the print function, the real part will be minus 2. So I'm just getting the minus 2 which will be in float. So here I use the integer type. So here I will be using the float type, and imaginary part will be also float type. That's it. And here also -2 and minus 2. Okay, yeah. Now swapping values without temporary variable. Without temporary variables, I am just using this a equal to 5, b equal to 10, and this is also equal to a equal to b and b equal to a. Like you can use a equal to b, comma b equal to a, like this. But it will be in 2 lines. Yeah. And like if I'm just giving the enter, it will be going to next line. So you just imagine it will be 2 lines. If it will be in 2 lines, there will be some errors. So we won't use this. Yeah. So this first value will be assigned with this first value, and the second value will be assigned with this second value. That's it. A equal to b and b equal to a. Here a equal to 5 and b equal to 10. So our value will be like 5 comma 10 is equal to 10 comma 5. That's it. So 5 will become 10 and 10 will become 5. So a will become 10 and b will become 5. That's it. Okay. So this is the small swapping method. Next, find negative to 0 next. So is good and it's you want. The next question is finding the positive or negative or 0 numbers, which is the user is going to enter a number. We are going to just classify it is a positive or negative or 0 number. So yeah, I'm going to get the input and it's in the float type. If the number is greater than 0, all numbers greater than 0 are positive, all number less than 0 are negative, the number which is equivalent to 0 is 0 number. So I am using a if function for checking numbers greater than 0. If number is greater than 0, I am just printing the positive number. If the elif function is number checking the numbers equal to 0, that is the number is equivalent to 0. If it is equivalent to 0, I am just printing 0. Is the both condition not satisfied, then it will be number less than 0. So I'm just printing negative numbers. Okay. So the user is entered the number 42. So it will be printed as a positive number. Next, finding even or odd. If the user is entering a number and we want to classify that which is even number or odd number. That's it. So in this case, I'm using the int function. Okay, so int data type. And this percentage, the percentage is not like division by, it is a mod. If you go the mod values, like 10 mod, the mod value is 10 mod 2. Yeah, it just appears 10 mod 2 equal to 0. How? If you take 11, in this case I'm just using 11. 11 mod 2 equal to 1. How in this sense? If I'm just going to divide the value, so I can't able to use this. You just use this. Just a minute. Here you can see here. Like just use this pocket. Here this 2 is the divisor. Like we have this 2. Okay. And then 11 is the dividend which we have here, this 11. And this while dividing this, I get quotient 5 and the remainder as marks. This remainder is the value of this number. That's it. Sorry, if condition. Okay. Like the remainder value is this value. So if I take the mod of any numbers between two numbers, any between two numbers, okay, any between two numbers, the remainder will be the value of that that number. Okay. So you can also use this 20 divided by 5, which will be 20 mod 5. 20 mod 5, it will be 0. And if you take 21 divided by 9, 21 mod 9. Okay. If you want to take mod, you want to use this percentage symbol. Okay. So if 21% mod 9, which will be around 3, right? with and I want to take in just comment on this. If num percentage 2, if num mod 2 equal to 0, you can check all the even numbers will be divided by 2. So I am just using, if all the even numbers divided by 2, the remainder will be always 0. So if the remainder is 0, I am just printing that number as a even number. That's it. There's no any complex calculation. It's a simple calculation. If the number divided by 2 is written 0 as a reminder, it will be an even number. If you don't return the remainder value as a 0, except any zeros, it will be as a odd number. That's it. Okay, now, yeah. To find the leap year. To find the leap year, what is the basic thing? The year value, that is the 2024, the 2004, 2007, like that. The year wants to be divided by 4. That's it. Okay. So if I'm using this things also is not any the right thing. So they can remove this. Okay. Let's take if year mod 4 equal to 0. So sorry, if year 4 mod if year mod 4 equal to 0. Okay. If year mod 4 equal to 0, which means any value divided by 4 which returns the remainder value as a 0, it will be a leap year. That's it. Correct. Let's take as a 2024 divided by 4, which will be written remainder as a 0. 2007 is you calculate the what, it will be written as a 3 or something like something like that. It is a non-zero value, so it won't be as a it will be as a not leap year. Like any value which is divided by 4 and returns a 0 as a remainder is a leap year. That's it. So 2028 is a leap year. If you calculate this, like if you divided this 2028 as in 4, it will be around remainder is 0. The question will be around 507 something. So okay. Then next, you want to check the number is a prime or not. That's it. Okay. In this, I'm going to get a number from user. It is an integer data type of number, and I'm just using a flag. The flag is just for our assumption. You can use any variable. I'm just printing this as a false. This false true is also known as Boolean operators. Okay. If number equal to 1, like if number is 1, it is not a prime number. We know that from 2 is the prime number starts. Okay. First, you want to know the condition. What is the prime number? The prime number condition is the number wants to divide by 1 and divide by 1 and also by itself, right? This is the condition. It will be present as a prime number. Okay. So I'm just going to evaluate this. If number greater than 1. If number greater than 1, I'm just using this function. Like for I in range of 2, num. We don't know the value of num. Num is the number is the value which is going to given by the user. So here number is 27. Let's take this 2, 27. This 2, 27 is this 2 is a starting number and 27 is the end, like stopping back. Okay. So this for loop will be run from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until it reach 27. So until it reach 26. Okay. It will be the of num divided num module I equal to 0. This value from, if it is 2, like for first iteration, the value will be 2. So the I value will be in 2 and it will be calculated here. If the condition becomes 2, the flag equal to 2. That's it. Like for example, let's take 27 cells. Right. For 27. Okay. For 27, let's take 2. And because the first iteration will be 2. 27 mod 2. I will give you an output of 117. Alright, I think just a minute. Sorry, it will be around 1. Okay. So it is not equal to 0. So it will be break, and so it doesn't enter in this loop. and it will be go to move to next value, which is after 2 it will be an 3. So now the second iteration, 27 divided by 3, sorry 27 mod 3 or 27 mod 3, it will be equal to 0, right? Because 27 will be divisible by 3, it is an value of 3 9s are 7, okay. So it will be 0. So it will be enter into this loop and it turned this flag value as a 2. Just we are changing this flag value as from false to true. If this flag is true, if the flag value is true, I'm just entering into this loop. If the flag value is false, I'm just entering into this condition. That's it. If the flag value is true, if the flag value is true, I'm just entering into this. Like print function is not a prime number. Sorry, the number is not a prime number inside the print function. So my number is 27. So 27 is not a prime number. So we know that 27 is not a prime number. Like prime number is since we can take choose 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 is a prime number, right? Yeah. 17, 19, 23, 27 or 29. Yeah. So this 27 is not a prime number. You are getting the correct one. Okay. And then, yeah. Okay. Next, n number of prime numbers. So in the sense, we are getting a number from the user. But here, I'm just going to print all the prime numbers between two values. Okay. So I'm just going to assume the value of lower limit is 1 and upper limit as a 10. So in this program, I'm just going to print all the prime numbers in the between 1 and 10. So what are the numbers between 1 and 10? We just printed above, right? Let's take some here itself. 2, 3, 5 and 7. And these values are would be yeah, 2, 3, 5 and 7. These are the values will be present in between 1 and 10 as a prime number. So use this for lower value. Lower value is 1 and upper value is 10. In the sense, we want to consider the 10 also. So we are using this plus 1. In this for loop, it is a issue. It's not an issue. It's just a condition like if you are using a 10 and here, okay. Let's use this hashtag. This hashtag is used for commands. Okay. 1, 10. If I use like this, the Python interpreter just use this as consider this as 1, 9. That's it. So if I want to take this last value 10 also, I just want to add 1. Okay. And that's why here I add 1 plus 1. If the number is greater than 1. So if the number is if in the sense we the lower value is 1, so it will be always it will be greater than 1. If anyway, I'm just checking this condition, so we can use okay for I in range of 2, num. So from 2 and last num means this value, and the value will be around 10, right? Yeah, 2, 10. So what are the values? It's a prime number. We are just going to print the values. That's it. Okay. If it is not a prime value, we are just going to print this. So we are just going to leave it. Okay. Yeah. Next, factorial. The factorial means here we want to go into calculate the factorial. And the value will be taken from the user, that is an input type. Input. It is an data type as an integer. Okay, let's take if number less than 0, the factorial won't be assigned. The factorial, there won't be factorial for negative numbers. If the number equal to 0, like if user provides the number 0, the factorial of 0 is 1. Next, if the user provides any positive numbers, we want to calculate the factorial. For the concept of factorial, so first you want to know the concept of factorial. The concept of factorial, for example, for 4, for value 4, let's take 4. Okay, and the value of factorial, the way of factorial calculation is, let's take 4. Okay, the 4 is the value provided by the user. So 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. we want to decrease it, everything from starting point, that is the user input, until it reaches 1. So if the user provides 20, let's imagine if this user provide 20 into 19 into 18 into 17, it reaches up to into 1. So that's the thing. Let's take the for I in range 1 comma num plus 1, because we want to take that particular number 2. So I'm just taking from 1 comma num plus 1, which means 1 comma 4 means 5. So only the Python interpreter takes as 1 comma 4. Okay. So the factorial of factorial equal to factorial into I means now the factorial value is 1, which is sent already. So the factorial value is 1 equals to 1 into what's the value of I at the first moment? It will be around 1. So I'm just using the 1. So 1 into y. Okay. Now the value of factorial will be 1. So 1 into 1 is equal to 1 itself. Next, the factorial, that is the I value will be 2. So at the time, 1 into 2. So the factorial value will be turned as 2. So next, it will be 2 into 3. 2 into 3 means the value will be 6. So now the factorial value will be 6. So next, 6 into, now at last it will be in the 4. So 4, 6 4s are 24. Now if the next value will be 6 into 5, but it exceeds the upper limit, right? So I'm just going to exit this loop, and I'm just going to print this value, which is 24. That's it. So this 6 into 5 won't calculate itself. It will be in the minus state. Okay. So next will be the multiplication table of numbers. So here I am going to print the multiplication table. So just going to get the input as an integer format, because the table will be always in an integer format. So I'm just going to take the value as a 19. I'm just going to do 1 to 10. Okay. So the value will be around 9. So if 19 into 1 from 19 into 10, that is. So the number will be, and I will be the value from 1 to 10. 1 to 11 means 1 to 10. Okay. So the output will be num into I. That is number into I. I means 1 to, like, yes, 19 into 1 will be the first iteration. 19 into 1 will be the first iteration, and the second iteration will be 19 into 2, and with 19 into 3, and it goes up. Okay. So then 19 into 1 will be 19, 19 to 38, 19 3 47. It will be printed in the order. Okay. Next, Fibonacci series. This Fibonacci series and factorial, it will be quite similar. Like in Fibonacci series, you just multiply it, right? I'm just printing it here. This is Fibonacci series, like 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 is a Fibonacci series. That is factorial. Okay. That is factorial. Now in Fibonacci series, what will be like 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, like this format, but this is not an exact thing, and let's be doing this. So I'm just going to get the terms, like how many numbers I'm going to use. So I'm just getting 10 numbers. Okay. So I'm going to get the 10 output. Then n1 and n2 will be 0, 1. So the starting of any number, whole numbers. Okay. The starting of whole numbers will be 0, 1, right? The whole number starts from 0. So I'm just taking 0 and 1. So the n1 value will be 0 and the n2 value will be 1. The count is equal. Up to now it will be 0. The count will be 0. And if n terms less than or equal to 0, so if any user just provides the n term, and that is this term value will as a 0 or in any minus things, it won't get output, right? It won't get the correct output. So I'm just asking the user to print the positive integers. So I'm just asking the user to print, asking the user to give the positive integer. So if the number of terms is equal to 1, if the number of terms is equal to 1, that is the only single term, which means as 0. So we have two numbers. So n1 will be 0, n2 will be 1. If more than 2, we want to calculate. That's it. So I'm just going to the else part is the value will be more than 1. So my value will be 10, so it will be more than 1. So I'm just going to print this Fibonacci sequence, like if the count less than n terms. Now the count is 0, right? So the first iteration will be the count value will be 0 less than our n terms is 10, right? Because we provided here as a 10. So is this true? 0 is less than 10, right? 0 is less than 10. So if the condition is true, so it just move into this part. So it is it just print n1. The n1 value will be what? N1 is 0. So the n1 will get print. And the nth part means n1 plus n2. That's it. n1 plus n. So just we can put it here also. n1 will be 0. Okay. Next, the nth part. What is meant by nth? Nth will be around 0 and our n2 value is 1, right? So 0 plus 1, what will be 1? Okay. Now update the values. n1 equal to n2. This is like swapping two variables with the temp. So here nth means temp. Okay, let's take nth value as a temporary variable. Now n1 equal to n2. What's the value of n1? n1 value is 0 and the n2 value is 1. So the n2 value is getting assigned to n1, right? So the 1 will be assigned as n1. So now n1 equal to 1. And what is the value of n2 now? n2 value is up to now 1. Okay. And I'm just going to assign n2 as a nth value. Nth value is also 1 here. In this case, now up to 1. So I'm just using n2 as a 1. And up to now this count is 1. Sorry, up to now the count is 0. I'm just using this count. Here this count plus equal to means here I'm just the count plus equal to means this is also can be written as count equal to count plus 1. Okay, this is just shortened as in this format. Now the count value will be count equal to what? Count equal to 1. Okay, because I add with the 1. Here I have a 0, 0 plus 1 equal to 1 and I just assigned it to the count value itself. This is the main thing. This will be in the first iteration. Next, the second iteration will continue. Second iteration, the count value is 1. So 1 less than 10. The condition is checked. Next, our n1 value is now 1. Next, our nth value, that is n1 plus n2. Now our n1 value is also 1 and n2 value is also 1. So here will be 2. And now our n2 value will be 1. So sorry, n2 value is 1. Right. So it just move to n1 and just enter here. And now our nth value is 2. So our nth value will be 2 and our count will be also 2. Next, the second iteration continues. 2 less than 10, the condition will be true and the n value gets printed, and like this it continues up to it reaches the 10th value, that is 0. So this it will be from here we are just counting 10 values, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Sorry, from here itself the output starts from here, right? Yeah. So from here we want to calculate this 10 values. Okay, and this is Fibonacci sequences. Next, the Armstrong values. So we want to see whether our number is an Armstrong value or not. First, before calculation this, you want to know what is meant by Armstrong number. The Armstrong number means is what will be the teacher. Okay, 9474. Let's take 9474. First, calculate how much digits is here. So we have 4 digits, right? So 4 digits. Okay. And now just calculate this 4. This 4 wants to be power of everything. Like 9 power 4 was out 9 power 4 plus 4 power 4 plus and 7 power 4. I'm just using this normal power. If you want going to use this in Python, you want to put the double star, okay? And this is 4 power 4, okay? If you want to calculate this value, if this value is equal to, if it is equal to the same number 9474, it is an Armstrong number, okay? So like this, that's it, okay? Let's calculate it also, okay? First value 6561 plus 256 is equal to 9474, okay? So if this and this are same, like our question and the value of this is same, it is an Armstrong number, that's it, okay? If let's take a number like 153, okay? 153 is also an Armstrong number. Like there are 3 digits, so 1 power 3 plus 5 power 3 plus 3 power 3. So what will be the output like? 1 power 3 is equal to 1. 5 power 3, 5 cube is 5 5s are 25, 25 5s are 125 plus 3 3s are 9. Okay. So you can now calculate. Sorry, 3 cube, right? I just calculated 3 square. Okay, 3 cube is 27. Now what will be the value? 27 plus 25 is equal to 52, 152, 153. Yeah. So we get the same output 153 as 153. So this 153 is also an Armstrong number. That's it. Okay. These things are the recommended. So I'm just getting the number and from the user as an integer data type. I'm getting 9474. So num str. I'm just converting this number into a string. So to convert and thing into another data type, you just use the method this like str of num is converted into a string type. Like this number is now converted into strings. That's it. And this number is converted. To calculate the total number of length, you don't want to calculate this length because to find the digit. Okay. Just a minute. Now I'm just going to convert the number as a string. Like to convert the number as a string, we just want to use the string data type. String of num will convert this number as a string. Okay. And to calculate the number of digits, like for 153 there are 3. To find that, I'm going to use the len function. To use this len function, the integer data type is not supported for the length. So I'm just convert this number into a string, and then I'm going to use it as for a len function. This len function will calculate the total length of the variable. Total length of the value. Okay. Now I'm just to initialize the variables as sum of powers. So this powers is equal to 0 and temporary num equal to num, which is like our number 9474 or 153, anything. Okay. Now if a temp number greater than 0, because our number is less than 0, we are not able to calculate this. So if the temp number is greater than 0, I'm just going to calculate this digit equal to temp num divided by mod 10, like 9474. And like we can calculate here itself. For this 9474 mod 10 returns the value 4 because the lost digit will be printed as a here. Okay. And next, the sum of powers equal to sum of powers is equal to sum of power plus digit is power of number of digits, right? like sum of powers is until now it is a 0 plus our digit here, our digits value is 4. 4. Okay. So it equals to 4. Let's take 4. And the square of number of digits. What will be our number of digits? Number of digits will be here. So here this length is equal to 4, right? And just assume 4 here. Okay. Number of digits is 4. So what will be the value? Like 4 power 4, 64. Sorry, 256, right? Okay. So this will be around. Yeah. The next 10 or value 9 for both are same. It just written as a Armstrong. Both are not same. It is written as an order. And we are going to print the same Armstrong number in the particular limit, which will be calculated for a particular interval or lower limit until it reaches the upper limit. So I'm just giving the interval as a 10, 100, sorry, 1000. So from the 10 value until this 1000 value, there are four Armstrong number 153370371 For this 4 values, if you calculate, it will be written as an Armstrong number, and that's it. Next, sum of n natural numbers. Sum of n natural numbers means just we are going to calculate the numbers until it reaches the n value. So here I just put, sorry, yeah, if my value is I just provided as a title. So let's take limit as a 10 and the sum as a 0. So from the range 1 comma limit plus 1, because we want to take until 10. So we just use the plus 1 here, and the sum equal to sum plus I. So now until now we have sum equal to 0 plus our values now as a 1. So 0 plus 1 equal to 1. Next, now some value will be 1. So 1 plus next one will be 2. Yeah, this 2 prints as right. For us it is printing, and that is collab. So like this it continues until the 10th value. So it will be around 55. This is for 5 value. Next you can use 15 plus 6 equal to 21, 21 plus 7 equal to 28, 28 plus 8 equal to 36, 36 plus 9 equal to 45, and 45 plus 10 equal to 55. So our 10 natural number is 55. Okay. And that's it. Next you want to take the LCM for 2 numbers. So this is an def. Def is a function. If what the next is to calculate the LCM of 2 numbers, and this is the function def. Def is a function. It won't run until it is called. Like if I just call this compute LCM bracket x comma y, then only it will be right. This x and y is also known as arguments, and this is the function, and this is the function name. Okay. Here when I call this compute LCM in num1 and num2, this num1 is assigned to x and num2 is assigned as y. Okay, then only it starts to run. Oh. And this return LCM, this return value, just return the value to where it is called. Okay, so like here after the full running, the LCM is just replaced here. That's it. Okay, I think I understood. Okay, let's start. Now there are 2 values, 54, 24. So num1 is 54 and num2 is 24. Okay, now we want to choose which is greater. So before this we want to know the concept of LCM. The concept of LCM is the number which is divisible by both the numbers, like 54 and 24. Any number which wants divisible by both 54 and 24. So this answer is 216. Okay, this 216 is divisible by both 54 and 24 without returning a remainder. Okay. So now for that first we want to choose the greatest number. What is the greatest number? If x is greater than y, like for us 54 is an x and 24 is a y. Okay, so let's start. 54 is greater than 24 or not. 54 is greater than 24. So yes. So now our greater value. So now our greater value is 54. So it all goes to else part and it's just move to y. Y2 it says wrong statement and just we want to start this and before start. Yeah. So now you want to check this condition. If greater percentage, if for up to now the value of greater is 54, right? And x value is 54 equal to y 0 and 54 mod 24 equal to 0. This is the condition. So let's check 54 mod 54 is equal to 0. This condition is true. Okay. But 54 mod 24 is not equal to 0. So this condition we automatically fails. Okay. And this condition will automatically fail. And so this so it won't appears into this condition. It directly jumps into this. So it directly jumps out of this condition. Okay. And like if we use here an OR operation, if it is an OR operation, we choose any one of this. If AND operator, they both condition wants to be true. If OR operator is there, any one of the condition it want to be true. That's it. So we have AND. So the both wants to be true. So here our statement is not true. So it just move into this statement and the output will be up to now our greater value is 54. After this our greater value will be 55. So at the next iteration, the next 55 mod 54 equal to 0 and 55 mod 24 equal to 0, it will be more. So 55 mod 54 is also not equal to 0. So and this condition itself it gets false, and that's it. So it is not possible. Like this it goes until when this both condition gets true. So until this both condition gets true, it will be on running mode and the output will be printed after this both condition satisfies, and the greater value is represented as LCM and the LCM is get printed. Next for HCF. HCF means highest common factor value. So here we are going to find this HCF. As same as just you can calculate here. So in this case they are choosing a smaller number. In our case smaller numbers y like 24. Okay. So it one gets for this upper I part, and now for I in rate. So 1, 25. If x, our value of x is here, just to put here. So here our x value is 24. 54. Sorry, 54 mod starting value is 1. 54 mod 1 is equal to 0, and what will be the y value? Y value is 24. Mod 1 wants to be 0. This condition it automatically gets failed because 54 mod 1 is equal to 54, right? So it wants get into this, and it wants to calculate for everything like 54 mod 1, 54 mod 2, 54 mod 3, 54 mod 5. Like this it continues, and the thing for this, when the output gets satisfied, when the condition gets satisfied, it just calculate for this, and it return the HCF value. The HCF value is 6. Okay. Is the next question is to convert the decimal value into binary, octal and hexadecimal. The decimal value means our values like 20 any number of values we are using in our day-to-day life, that is called decimal value. And to convert is a binary. First we want to know each and everything. What is meant by binary, what is meant by octal, what is meant by hexadecimal. Like binary means it will be in the format of 0, 1. That's it. and octal value means 0 to 7. So there will be an 8 values, that is meant by octal value. Hexadecimal means it will be considered as a base as 12 value. Okay, so like how is an base as 12 value, that's it. Like if I'm just going to convert this 27 as a binary format, we want to use this binary zeros and ones to represent this number 27. As same as octal, for octal we are going to use 0 to 7 numbers to represent the octal value of 27. Also for hexadecimal we are going to use this 27 to represent in a hexadecimal format, and these are the outputs. This are inbuilt function like bin oct hex to convert this numbers as a bin binary number, octal number and hexadecimal number, that's it. Okay, and ASCII value of character to print each and every character has an ASCII value, which means a number starting from 92 or 96 something starting point. Yeah, for each capital letter, small letter, each and everything it has a value. Like I'm just going to get an character in a string format, so I'm just using the T value of T. Okay, the ASCII value of characters is, so if you want to convert this character as an ASCII value, you can use ordinal function. Okay, and for T it is 84. For okay, that is connected. For A it will be around 56 or something, right? For A, okay, 65, sorry, it will be around 65. So from 65 the capital A is starting. Also if you want to move for small a, each and everything it will be in different ASCII value, 97. Okay, and this on the step. Oh, now we are going to use a simple calculator. Okay, simple calculator, what are the functions will be in a simple calculator? Addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So we have all these things, and you are going to use anything until this. Okay, so first we see the output, and there will be a 4 operation. You want to select anything, enter the choice of 1, 2, 3, 4. If you choose 1 it will be add, if you choose 2 it will be subtract, if you choose 3 it will be multiply, if you choose 4 it will be divide. Okay, so now if we have come to this, okay, if choice in 1, okay, and read, let's take from this itself. If add function is called, it just add. If subtract function is called, it just subtraction. If multiplication function called, we just multiply. If divide function called, we just divide. Okay, that's it. It won't be any complex things. There are 4 choice, 1, 2, 3, 4 only. If the user enters the choice as 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, so we are just going to get 2 numbers float, first number and second number in the data type of float. So if choice equal to 1, is choice equal to 1, what will be an operator? What will be the operator plus? Okay, so if the choice is 1, we are going to add. In the choice is 2, we are going to subtract. If choice is 3, we are going to multiply. If choice is 4, we are going to divide. That's it. So if the user selects the 1, it will be addition. If the user select 2, it will be subtraction. And okay, if the user select any other than 4, it will be normally break, and then it will be written as invalid input. Okay, and this is the sample output. If I just print 1, okay, I just do it self. If I just put 1, it asks me first number. I just print 1 and put it now, so it will be 9. If I want to do the next calculation, I just want to do yes, so it will always ask any choice. So I'm just using 3 for multiplication. Okay, I'm just putting the same values, 5, 4. 5 4s are 20. So the calculation. So I'm just doing one in this. So if I just put no, it just stop. That's it. Okay. And now we can form Fibonacci using recursion. Okay.